sol tá bem no meio da praça ali, ó. Vai ser uma foto bonita. Vai ser uma foto bonita. Qual? Tira com o sol agora, assim, ó. O sol tá bem no meio da praça ali, ó. Vai ser uma foto bonita. Vai ser uma foto bonita. Qual? Tira com o sol agora, assim, ó. O sol tá bem no meio da praça ali, ó. Vai ser uma foto bonita. Vai ser uma foto bonita. Qual? Tira com o sol agora, assim, ó. O sol tá bem no meio da praça ali, ó. Vai ser uma foto bonita.
Why, hello,
Hello.
Tygerstripes.
Hey.
Hi. Yeah,
Hi.
I can hear you. I'm guessing you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you just fine.
Oh, great. Hey, thanks for joining. We
Oh,
are
it's Jill invited me, so I'm really happy to be here. Thank you.
well. We both agreed that you'd be a great addition, and so I asked her to invite you, and I'm glad you accepted. And I didn't add your name to the show title because I wasn't 100% sure, but now that you're here, I can go back and edit that. But yeah, welcome. And yeah, Peru. This is Peru. The shirt I got there is super quick dry. I'm not sure what material it is, but it feels like a soccer. I'm quite sure it's a soccer team uniform shirt, and yeah, it's fantastic.
Not sure what it looks like.
Yeah, well, that's whatever. What does that say there? Denver. Yeah. Okay. So there you go. This is a soccer uniform that I got in Peru, and actually, I'm wearing this very shirt in some of the photos. But yeah, thanks for being here.
Oh,
You're a fan of Peru, I take it.
I I'm a fan of most of the world, but I gotta honestly say I don't
Agreed.
know that much about Peru.
Okay. Well, now I'm assuming for sure that you recognize this. Machu Picchu.
Yeah, I could have come up with that name. I've heard of.
Funny, Tiger Stripes. I had never heard of it before until um, my Japanese fiance at the time suggested that we go to Peru traveling, and she told me about Machu Picchu, and I had never heard of it before, and I had considered myself educated and worldly wise, but yeah, so a lot of it's about Machu Picchu. I've got about 100 photos more or less, and a few videos similar to that. They're very short videos. I don't bore people with big long videos. They're short, like this one. And before you get, you take well, you can take a train ride from where is it? Arequipa to, sorry, Cusco to Aguas Caliente. And Aguas Caliente, meaning hot water, of course, is a small mountainside town that's, I guess, the closest town to the Machu Picchu site. And it's about 20 minutes bus ride or about a 2.5 hour, 3 hour hike. But so the second video that I showed was taken in the little town, mountainside town of Aguas Caliente, which is, like I said, the village closest to Machu Picchu. And I'll just show that one more time. Very tranquil. Okay, yeah.
The mountains are incredible.
They really are. They really are. And I'd just like to take a moment to say hello to people in the chat. Hello, DJ Play Nice. Always enters the chat with a wee. Have an awesome show. Thank you. And then, of course, Pleasant Valley Picker, who's always in the chat, and I appreciate your support continually, PvP. You just live down the road from me, and I bet you I had to start a little bit late. We had a ferocious windstorm and a rainstorm. Fortunately, no lightning with the forest fire situation here, but we had a ferocious wind and rainstorm, and I just was waiting for the lightning and waiting for power surges, and we did have the power go out, so just had to put it off for a minute. I'm guessing PvP, you probably had that hit you about an hour ago or so, but yeah, it was incredible. It was the highest winds I'd seen in quite a few days. Amazing. Yeah, and I'd like to say hello to the lovely Sherry. And Antiderivative Jill, who will be joining us shortly, folks. She's just having a Peter Pan Tinkerbell emergency, but she'll be joining us. Yeah, have you ever had one of those, Tygerstripes?
I don't have children, but I imagine it's fairly serious.
I think so. I had children for a year. No kidding. Living with the.
You've frozen. I don't know if it's me or you. But I really wanted to hear the second half of that sentence. Okay, I'm on my own. That's what it looks like. That's yeah, he was right in the middle of a really interesting sentence. I was kind of looking forward to hearing the rest of it. Oh my gosh. So this is where I get to vamp. I could read to you from Wikipedia about Peru, although everybody keeps saying that you're a fool and adult if you go to Wikipedia for your information. But I think it's okay to have a source that's built by other just people and not by somebody who's necessarily fancy. Thank you, Eugene. Hello, Lemon Pie. Hey, PvP. Miskatonic Madman. It makes me wish I had some sort of anecdote about Peru. I did see The Emperor's New Groove, which I believe the primary character, the title character, the Emperor, is named Cusco. And I don't know if I put it together before or after I saw that film that, oh, there's a city in Peru named Cusco, which Canadian Spider-Man just referred to. Thursday Night Tiger Show. That's hilarious. Yes, and so, hearing the word come out of Canadian Spider-Man's mouth, I'm like, oh, Cusco. Bing, 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 bing. So that rang the little bell in my head. The Chavan culture that developed from 1500 to 300 BCE was probably more of a religious than a political phenomenon. And this is where you get to hear the planes going over. I'm right in the flight path of the airport, and it's a low ceiling tonight, so they come in low when it's been raining. It's been raining. In the 15th century, the Incas emerged as a powerful state, which in the span of a century formed the largest empire in the pre-Columbian Americas with their capital in Cusco. Cusco! The Incas. I know that when I was a kid in elementary, we were taught a certain amount of history, which was good. And back then, the generalization was that the Aztecs were pretty violent and the Incans were pretty peaceful. And I think subsequently it turns out that that's not necessarily true. But that's what I learned in elementary school. I did have a favorite book, one of those scholastic books as a child, one of the Katie John books. She's a tomboy heroine. And at some point in one of the later books, when she's like a 5th or a 6th grader and halfway grown, they're studying Peru, and she's feeling she wants to break out. She wants to be bold. She wants to be noticed by the class. And the class is cootie crazy, because that's what kids did back then. Got your cooties. And the teacher asked her, what are the principal products of Peru? And she says, the principal products of Peru are cooties. And then she kind of blushes and realizes she's taken it too far, and she starts to name the principal products of Peru. But I don't remember what they are. But gosh, there's just the mountains there are so beautiful. Makes me wish I knew my geography better. Ooh. Vinicunca, also known as the Rainbow Mountain in Cusco. My God, that's an amazing thing. The Rainbow
Hello.
Mountain. Who knew?
There
you are. I've been vamping. Yep,
can you hear
Eugene,
me?
Exactly. I was going to say the principal product of Peru is cocaine, but I don't know that, and that's very rude of me. We don't know that.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you, but you were completely gone, man.
No, the power's out. I'm on battery backup.
Oh my God.
That's why the lighting's different.
Was there a lightning strike?
Or
did it blow your fuse?
No, it's the power's out all over the area. I think it was wind. I think it was wind, or possibly trees leaning against power poles, and so they've turned off the power so that they can work on it and remove them. I would also guess that.
Oh my gosh!
So I've got no lighting other than my laptop and the lights there. And but my battery backup will run the internet connection for a few hours, so that shouldn't be a problem.
So you're not going to postpone?
No.
All right.
No, I've got power. I wanted to make sure during the pandemic, Tygerstripes, that if I don't want to depend on the government for power or water or anything, so I have the ability.
I'm considering getting a solar battery generator myself.
Yes. And backup lighting. It's important to have backup lighting, folks.
I'm so jealous of that. I have my hands on something like that in a convention, room, sales
They're
room.
Fantastic. They're
for
fun.
a really good price, quite a long time ago, and I still regret it.
That was $350 Canadian delivered.
Oh God! This was again at least 10 years ago, and I think they wanted $60, and I'm still kicking myself. I knew even then I'll never see anything like this again for $60.
Mm-hmm. Pleasant Valley Picker. I almost want to say llamas are related to camels. I bet you they are. I bet you. You know who might know?
They've got that face.
This person. Hi, Jill.
What might I know? Hello.
Jill, hooray.
PvP's
Yeah, so
question.
sorry I'm so late.
No,
My
it's just
children
fine.
just
You
needed
arrive
me
exactly when you intend to. Because my power went out until just now. Well, it's still out. I'm on battery backup here. So, but I
Oh
can go
my
for a few
God.
hours.
Yeah.
I can go for a few hours. Yeah.
Okay. Are you
I had
okay? Are
I
you
had this
sure you're
plan.
not compromising your refrigerator power? You know.
No, they're out. The fridges. No, this won't. This will only run my streaming capabilities. This won't run the fridges. No, if we need to, we start digging holes 10 feet down. We've got excavators here. I'm not kidding. We can do that. But and
Okay,
coolers.
sounds like you have a plan.
You know what I did, Jill? I put 2-liter Coke bottles. Well, I don't buy Coke, but cider bottles in my case. But I put 12 of them in my deep freeze, and I've got giant coolers like that you take camping. And so if I needed to, I can throw those in there with any meat and things like that, and that will stay cool
Oh.
for like up to 3 days. And then we have a giant barbecue if it lasts longer than that. But yeah, no, we're good. We're golden. We plan for these things. We live in the country. We're good. But thanks.
It's cool.
Oh wow, that sounds like a fun neighborhood party. Well, hopefully it doesn't come to that.
Thanks for inviting Tygerstripes.
Oh, you're welcome. No,
Yeah, thanks.
Tygerstripes is one of my favorite people to talk to, so I wanted to
Oh
invite
gosh,
her.
same here, you two.
And I've known you, both of you, for almost since I've started the YouTube gig here. Do you know the answer to this, Jill? Are llamas related to camels?
I believe that they are. I think that they're cameltoids, or there's some kind of family. They're related. They're related in their genus.
Yeah,
and
I thought
species
so.
somehow.
Okay, Wikipedia, my go-to,
Now-
says the llama is a domesticated South American camelid. Camelid.
Yeah,
So-
Lid. Okay.
There you
I
go.
think I said
I-
toy
I
because
was-
I'm a sci-fi
That
fan.
sounds like
Yeah, you're right.
like they're related for sure.
They are. And you know, when I studied cultural anthropology in school, the North America used to have llamas. There used to be llamas all over North America, but they were hunted to extinction hundreds of years ago, and unfortunately we don't have any now. Or it could have been partly the climate changing as well. It's hard to exactly know for sure, you know. And you know what? I don't even know if that might not be politically appropriate. So you might not even be able to find that information anymore unless it's in a written textbook somewhere. You never know. But yeah.
DJ Play Nice has all the dope on it in the chat.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, down at the bottom there. But you know what? He's a very knowledgeable person. Or he's a good bullshitter, one of the two.
No, that
Do you
looks
mind-
pretty
What-
official to me.
Do you mind reading
Well,
that?
I think he's mostly somebody who is literate. But yes, Tygerstripes, please read.
7 extant members of this group are dromedary camels, Bactrian camels, wild Bactrian camels, interesting, llamas, alpacas, vicuñas, and guanacos. I don't know if I'm saying those
ooh.
right. That's pretty
It
cool.
sounded right. The biological family Camelidae. Okay. Yeah, PvP. Yes, they I believe there are llama farms. In fact, yes, I drove by llamas today or yesterday. Coincidentally, I drove by llamas today.
That if you did, then
Yesterday.
they're still in North America.
Yesterday, Jill, I missed Doomcock's stream last night because I was tubing down in Enderby, and there are llama farms on the way to Enderby from here, and I was with 5 girls and one other guy who wanted me to come along just to have some extra testosterone. We went all day. There was beverages and snacks. The girls were in bikinis, topless most of the time. I couldn't leave that and go to Doomcock to wrench. I apologize, Doomcock. I think he would understand. We were
I
tubing down the
apologize
river.
to Doomcock too. I
Yeah.
don't have as good a
We-
reason as you, but
we were
that's
gone all day.
awesome. Girls
We
in
went
bikini,
tubing.
he would
We
approve.
went tubing all day, and no, it was a great fun. We were kayaking. My buddy and I, we went ahead and made sure there was no trees across the river and stuff like that, and did the gentleman stuff. But yeah, it was fantastic. So why is lemon pie talking about cooties, Tygerstripes?
I'm sorry, I was totally vamping while you were gone.
You did it. Thank
you'll
you.
You'll have to go back and listen to it yourself. I don't want to repeat myself.
Take it, Tygerstripes.
But I had the encouragement from the chat.
I like it.
Lemon Pie said the Thursday night Tiger show. And I'm like, yay! Awesome. So I just ran with it.
That is no, I love it. I love it.
But I was kind of talking about one of my first exposures to Peru conceptually in elementary school, because we did do world history back in the day.
Yeah.
And mostly geography with a little history.
Yep. Lemon pie, the highest settlement is CSM says. Yes, well, yeah, on my days off, only on my days off. Otherwise, it's professional. We had wind and rain here too. I thought so. Okay. And good question, Tiger or Jill. Do you know the answer to this? PvP's question was Machu Picchu the highest ever human settlement? I should know that.
That's interesting. I would have to guess that Tibet probably has the jump on them.
Yeah.
I'm not, again, geography is not my forte. I wish I knew it better.
Yes.
I don't know. It's pretty high up there. It's over 2,000 meters. But I suppose there are maybe places higher than that. Actually.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Tibet would be 5,000.
Tibet's 5,000? Then there you go. Way to go, Tygerstripes.
Well, the highest mountain pass in India is up over 5,000. There's a lot of Tibetans live there. They were acclimatized. And I seem to recall, in just looking at it, because I wanted to go to Nepal, to the Himalayas, but there was political reasons and storm reasons. So I went to the Himalayas in India instead. And I seem to recall, well, India is almost as high as Nepal. It's pretty much so, it wasn't that much of a difference. But don't take my word for it. Look it up yourselves, folks. But I would guesstimate, educated guess, around 5. But I could be wrong.
Yeah, there may be, there's a lot of high places in Peru, so there might be a settlement that's 5,000 feet in Peru somewhere.
All right, well,
we just have to find it.
Yeah, well, no, thank you for vamping for me very much, Tygerstripes. And
sure.
Do you mind reading this from?
Well, let's give Jill one.
Oh, okay, Jill, go ahead.
Peru is a world leader in exporting blueberries and quinoa.
Quinoa?
And quinoa, and the second largest exporter of fresh avocados. Because the first one has to be Mexico.
Oh.
I think so, yes.
Can you continue with this, please, Jill?
Amazonian chestnuts and ginger. Peru also exports asparagus, potatoes, maize, rice, and coffee, and is the world's leading producer of certified fair trade and organic coffee.
I'll be darned.
And also, I think it's the origin of chocolate. From my research, it tells me this.
That's interesting.
And I want to believe it.
If Jill, if I told you that right over here, not 8 feet from me, I have a canvas bag full of cacao bean, the chocolate bean in bean form, the giant bean in a bag in the pod from Venezuela from 1989.
Wow.
I've got it right, but it was from Venezuela. And when I do Venezuela, I don't have many photos because it was 1989. So I'm just going to show you the chocolate, and maybe we'll just make chocolate with it. I think it should still be good.
Oh.
It comes with a recipe on the burlap bag. It's burlap. That's the material. On the burlap bag. It's got a recipe, but it's from 1989. It was, I don't know.
Interesting.
And DJ,
if you do that, you have to make a short long form video of it, because that would get it. Eating any kind of food that's over 30 years old gets the views on YouTube.
That's not over. Famous. Oh my! It is over 30
if
years
you
old.
live,
wow. I have an iron cast stomach. Peru's most exported products were ores, slag, and ash. I'll be darned for production of metals. Hi, Comic Relief Crusader. Hi, Mike. Welcome. Hello and thanks. We haven't actually gotten to any of the photos yet, but we're going to right now. Yes. Oh, wow. Okay. And Tygerstripes, do you mind reading this from Christopher Dominguez, please?
Sure, I remember 13 years ago when I was 11, my family and I went to this cherry picking farm called Boger's, and they had a petting zoo over which included some interesting animals, alpacas being one of them.
Interesting.
It's like
Okay.
a short llama, isn't it? An alpaca?
Uh, sure.
And I know that you can knit the fur. You make a beautiful
Oh,
sweater
okay.
out of that. Yeah, I had a sweater in high school that was part alpaca. I was very
Oh,
popular whenever I wore it. It
oh,
gave me
that was
power.
a that was a thing back in the 80s too, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. And DJ Play Nice says actually possesses a fair bit of knowledge and likes to assist in others' edification as well as increase his own. Been that way since age 8 or 9. Psst, not gonna stop. Awesome. Good for you, buddy. But do the women really wear those little cowboy hats? You know what? Yes. Yes, they do. 1989, I hope it's all good. Well, I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. Hey, no, smoke the chocolate. I do have a friend with a smoker. You know what? Wow. That's a great idea. Thank you. Is this like YouTube guys that open 60-year-old cans of food and eat it? Yeah, could be interesting, BBB. All right. Smoking your aged cocoa pot. That would be fun. All right, folks, this is that's Peru. Okay. And as you I think I went basically south. Hopefully you can
South
see,
America.
yeah, in South America here. And just north of there is Ecuador, of course. That's where the equator is. Guatemala is right over there. And then Brazil, of course, is down there. And Colombia is down there. Sorry, Colombia is up right there. Jeez, come on, Steve. Brazil's down there. Ooh, Bolivia, right? Because as I'm guessing both of you might know, Peru has a lake called Lake Titicaca, which is my favorite lake in South America, and it borders Bolivia and Peru. You can actually cross borders because the lake is the border runs right down the middle of the lake.
And the lake is up in the mountains?
It is.
That's so odd for a lake to be up in the mountains.
I know.
I think all
It
the
really
water
is.
would fall out to go
Well,
down the mountain.
Well, is it a man-made lake?
no,
No,
I don't
It's a
believe.
natural.
proper lake.
It's a natural lake.
Yes,
Okay.
it's a giant lake. It's really big, and now Panama has lakes in the mountain, and that's part of the Panama Canal. And they the big rivers running out of these mountains is exactly how they are able to cross both horizontally and vertically through the Panama Canal and through pumps and so forth. But yeah, those lakes are also in the mountain. But yeah, it's amazing, and it is at
wait. When you
it
say
is at
that the
altitude.
lake's in the mountain, is it elevated?
It is.
Oh, damn. Yeah, that is interesting.
Well, because the only time I've on any of my travels I've ever gotten anything stolen from me was in Puno, which is on the right on the edge of Lake Titicaca, and in Puno, I was sick. I had altitude sickness, and I was feeling terrible. And my girlfriend went to the bathroom at the time, and I put my head down on the table in this little restaurant. We were the only ones there, and my bag was right beside me. And this elderly couple came in, pretended to do deliveries, and then I put my head up in my little. It was just a little travel bag. There was nothing in there, like diary and then some glasses. You never keep anything you need in there. A shitty camera. Anyway, it was gone. And I ran, and I realized what had happened just a second, like maybe 30 seconds, and I ran out and ran up and down that street for I don't know 2-3 minutes, and
Good
I
for
came
you.
back, and I'm in really good shape. I don't mean to brag, but after only 3 minutes of running at that altitude, I'll never forget how tired I was. I never found the bag, and you know the old couple, they probably needed the money more than I can. They can have the camera. The bag was nice. It was a nice bag. But I was so exhausted after just I don't know, it would have been half a kilometer, like a quarter of a mile, Tygerstripes, and I was exhausted. It was, and it hit me. Why am I so tired? And then it hit me. Oh, the altitude, like clearly, yeah. So anyway, so that's the lake. right down there, Lake Titicaca. So I've got a few pictures, and that's famous because of the reed boats, right? The islands in the middle of the lake are composed, I guess, entirely of reeds, and their boats are made of reeds, and so that's why it's famous. Lima is, of course, the capital. So my partner and I started off in Lima, which is the capital city.
That's because there's only one airplane, international airplane into Peru, and that's Lima.
It's
right?
Lima, yeah. It was Air Lima. And we Jill, we flew out of Los Angeles. And have you ever been to Los Angeles Airport, either one of you?
Yes, I have. I went
yes.
to Los Angeles for my honeymoon.
Okay. That's a very, okay, to any Canadians that are listening, that is a no bullshit airport. You no messing around there. They patted us. Not only did they x-ray us at least 3 times, they patted us down just before we went down onto the gangplank, onto the airline, onto Air Lima. And after all of that, we got up in the air, and as soon as we reached cruising altitude, they started giving us meals. I swear to God, and I've told this story before, with full length 7-inch stainless steel cutlery, knives, forks, and spoons. After LAX just spent all that time patting us down. Yeah, it was just unbelievable. It was silly.
Wow.
Wow, they mean business with their security.
Yeah, unbelievable. So, and Cusco, of course, is a beautiful mountain city that is in the south. And that is, you take the train from Cusco to Aguascalientes, which is a small little mountainside town. And that is where I showed a video of that at the start.
Did you take the airplane straight from Lima to Cusco, or did you do something in Lima first?
No, I don't fly around in country because I like to see as much of the country as possible. So I travel by land as much as possible. So I took bus and train, and the one flight I did take was at the. Have you heard of the Nazca Lines?
Yeah.
In Nazca. Yeah. So a little tiny airplane flight over the Nazca areas to see the lines. And I just want to say hello and welcome to Suzanne. Hello, welcome.
Oh, not the Nazca Lines, but the Nazca Lines?
Lines, yes.
Oh, Lines,
yeah,
okay.
Lines, not a football team, sorry.
Yes.
Lines in the earth, lines you can see
Correct.
from the air.
Yes, yeah. And they're very old, and they don't know how they did them because they didn't have airplanes 200 years ago. I went to Colombia in 2010, says JRC 99 US. My stepson is half Bolivian. That is very cool. Awesome.
Hello, Suzanne.
Hello,
Suzanne.
So let's get to this.
Well, and on the Wikipedia page, they say that Cusco has a rainbow mountain, and there's a really remarkable photo. Did you see the Rainbow Mountain?
I did, yeah, from a distance, not up close, but yes.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And we're gonna start off in Cusco because I know everyone wants to see Machu Picchu. So I started my trip in Lima, but we're gonna go there later. Let's go right to Cusco, which is in the mountains in the south, and we'll go right to Machu Picchu. And here's a map of Machu Picchu. And I have to give credit to Mike Torrey. Mike Torrey, this is his product. And I just want to point out, if you can see my cursor, I think you can. This is Una Picchu. And then this over here, this one is, I can never pronounce it. Huayna Picchu. Right here is the big one in the back. And then if you can see this, the Temple of the Sun is in the foreground on the right-hand side. And then just across that green space further to the right is Temple of the Condor right there. And yeah, I've got a video taken right at the Temple of the Sun, which is kind of cool. So yeah, just thought I'd show a quick map.
Oh, the Temple of the Sun. Is that where they think they used to do their astronomy? I think.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and that's right on the. If you can see the green sort of band, the green swath right through the site on the lower left, right above the word Machu is where the Temple of the Sun is, and it's pretty amazing. And I've got some photos right in there too. So moving on, folks. let's go to there. Okay, there's the video I showed. Oh, hang on, what's going on? Those are those videos. We'll show those videos later. Oh, okay, here we go. That's the first picture. Here we go, folks. So this is in the Central Plaza in the mountainside, this town of Cusco. It's a city, really. And they're doing imitations of our Prime Minister Justin Trudeau is what these guys are doing. I think they're allowed to do blackface because they're Peruvian. But yeah, and they were all speaking Spanish. They didn't speak English very much, and I would have loved to ask them about their conversations or their costumes, but I can't converse very well in Spanish.
And yeah, that would have been very interesting to find out. That was a good job.
Yeah. Now, I think Eugene was asking earlier about the little cowboy hats, the ladies wearing and these ladies are of short stature. They were all around 4 feet tall. I felt like a tall man in Peru.
Wow. I'm sure they were a little taller than 4 feet.
Jeez, yeah, I'm
like
taller.
Munchkin size.
I'm taller than 4 feet.
That's like a little person size.
I'm not joking. Okay, maybe 4 foot 5, 4 foot 6. I'm saying they were small.
What time of year were you there?
And I towered over them. That would have been March. That would have been around about February, March. Yeah, and I thought South America would have been much warmer, but because it's at altitude, I was surprised. Unfortunately, it was not as warm as I had planned. So this was a giant festival going on in the town center of Cusco. Seemed to be a religious festival, but everyone was in their costumes of their local custom, and it was just really colorful and beautiful to see.
Was there maybe some sort of analogy to Mardi Gras, to some sort of Catholic celebration?
Yes. I got that impression. Indeed. Yeah, I definitely got that impression. And yeah, these guys were my favorite. I really liked these guys. Were stylish. And Tygerstripes, do you mind reading this, please, from our friend?
He says, PvP says, Nazca Lines. I remember Eric von Daniken, Chariots of the Gods, book and documentary. I think many find his assessment questionable. But he sold a lot of books. And Eugene Bird says you can only see them from the air. That's interesting.
Yes, back then that was true. However, mankind has made a giant tower there. It looks like it's a steel skeleton tower that you can go up about, I'm guessing, about 6 stories, and you can see one of the closer ones. Or maybe it's a little taller than that. You can see one of the smaller, closer ones up close. They built it right at the base of it. But that's the only... You can only see part of it.
I'm sorry. Were those in Peru or Colombia, or where they come together?
In Peru, in Nazca, Peru. Yeah, that's right. So if you... I'll go back to the photo. There we go. So yeah, if you go to the... map right there. Yeah, it's right down in the south. Nazca is right where my cursor is right there now. So it's right on the coast, about halfway down. Yeah.
I need to go take a look at those and see what they look like.
Absolutely. And those are videos that we'll show later. And here's the town square. It was a Mardi Gras feel. Most definitely, Tygerstripes. And this is a famous statue in Cusco of, I believe it's an Incan powerful leader. And I'm not going to try and claim to know the name of what tribal leader that was, but he's in the middle of the town plaza in a giant, impressive waterfall. So if anyone in the chat knows that Incan leader's name, but in Cusco, just an amazing, impressive, powerful individual, Tygerstripes and Jill, looking up at that statue. And these guys were doing whiteface, which, they're not white, but
It's actually a little more confusing than the blackface, because at least with that, I can understand there was probably some Africans in Peru for some reason. But what is this?
I don't. Yeah, who knows? Hello, hi everyone. Thank you. Oh, okay. Yeah, we read that already. Thank you, and read that as well. And hi, West Kegel. Hello and welcome to you. Hi. And yeah, I agree, PvP. Not putting modern ideas in ancient cultural events. That is true. And Jill, would you mind reading this, please?
Yes, I will. But before I do, the statue that you took a picture of is the great Inca Emperor Pachacuti. I don't know if I pronounced it correctly.
Yeah, we saw his name all over the place. Patachuli or something. Yes. Yeah.
There you go, Christopher Dominguez.
Thank you.
Yeah, go. You're welcome. You can tell me in a minute. Christopher Dominguez says, I wonder if the Incan writings on Machu Picchu have mentioned the legend of El Dorado.
Ooh.
I don't know. Did Machu Picchu have a written language? I thought they didn't, right? Although
I didn't see any. No, now that you mention it, I didn't. No, I don't think they did. Hi, Jason Fox. I saw your stream earlier. Good to see you, buddy.
I think they shared their information through storytelling and talking to everybody.
Right. Yeah, the Cusco Cathedral was just gorgeous, just beautiful architect. If you like architecture, even if you're not, I'm not religious, but I do appreciate architecture and spirituality, and if that's not lost on me. So yeah, and these were just gorgeous costumes. I don't know, Tygerstripes. Would you have fun dressing up like this, or is that a bit elaborate?
I believe I have dressed up like that in my day to a certain extent. I have a derby, and I do have some foofy skirts.
Okay, I bet you Jill has foofy skirts.
No, I really don't.
I'm surprised by the lady there in sort of the, the very revealing outfit on the far right there in the blue.
Oh yeah.
That's a bit of a surprise.
That one I would like the most. That looks fun.
And you see the girl.
It's very Sailor Moon, isn't it? It's very Lolita.
It is. And the lady to the left of her in the red is wearing high heels, like quite platformy high heels. And I swear she was 4 feet, not over 4 feet, even in the heels. Yeah, that was just an amazing event. I was really happy to have just coincidentally been in Cusco for that festival. And this is just a police motorcycle. I like to give a shout out to the local. I don't know why I take pictures of police in foreign countries. I don't know why. Yeah, just again, beautiful, gorgeous mountain city. It's not a town, it's a city.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a city.
Yeah, most definitely.
Oh, those mountains.
Susan Dolan and Wes Kegel are here.
Hi, Susan Dolan. Oh, hi, Susan Dolan. And Wes Kegel, yes, said hi to him earlier. Definitely Sailor Moon.
I missed it.
And okay, so I've got a video of this particular parade that was going on in the streets of Cusco as a part of this celebration. And would you like to hear what I've got a video.
What was the celebration? Please.
It's like a Mardi Gras type. I mean, it was the time of year for Mardi Gras, so yeah, it's crazy. But I bet you I have a video. I do. Where would I find that? Right here. Well, let's hear it. What do you think? Pretty cool, eh?
Oh yeah,
Very cool.
Right.
Very
it's really
cool.
great to see your pictures in motion.
Could you hear it? Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Great. Fantastic.
Do you know what the name of the celebration was?
I do not. No. And I really wish I did.
It has parades and costumes from the
Yeah,
pictures?
I know. No, nothing serious wrong here. And thanks for Raw Thunderheart and Antiderivative Jill for covering. Last Thursday, there was some fire situations going on locally, and I was guarding over my brother's family stuff and my own campsite. So I couldn't leave to come to the show. I knew you guys would understand, and I appreciate you guys went 3 hours having great conversations, and you didn't get me a channel strike. You only got me a disclaimer. So thanks for that.
You're welcome. No, that was a really fun night also, but at the same time we were worried about you.
I appreciate it.
I'm
always
glad
okay.
that you're okay. Yeah.
As I told you earlier, I will always be okay. Because you can always find a way out of something. Tons of religious festivals account for a portion of them throughout Central and South America. Agreed, DJ. Play nice. So yeah, this was just a fun parade, and I was happy to be part of it. And there it is at night, folks. There's Cusco at night.
What time of year did you go to Peru to line up with this festival?
Yeah, it would have been February, March. I want to say February, March, and that was it was perfect timing. But again, I went south. I usually go south, Jill. I usually go south because here we go. This was just the end of. I'm checking dates now. Just the end of January into February and all through February. So that was end of January and through and all of February, because I think I stayed there just about a month. So there we go. But I thought it would be warm in Peru because, South America, Ecuador, Peru, right? Escaped the cold of Canada. But because of the altitude in Peru and Ecuador, for the most part, it was chilly. It wasn't as warm as I thought. And there you go, folks. You can see my Lonely Planet guidebook in behind me, Peru. And there's a very typical looking hamburger in Peru, and it's on a bagel type bun, and the meat is very thin and not at all like Alberta beef or what I'm guessing Texan beef would be like. It wasn't fantastic, not as good as I was expecting.
Well, that's strange because everything tells me that Peruvian food is amazing, but maybe you have to eat what's local to them.
The food was, the burgers not so much. And here is said Lonely Planet book, Peru. That is the one from that picture.
Hey, okay. So
book.
was that helpful to you in your travels?
It really was, because I didn't have a phone. This was 10 years ago. So I didn't travel with a phone until just Mexico this last time. So I went old school, only guidebook, and I don't regret it at all. So, hey, Eugene Bird. Oh, he really likes the hamburger. Okay. Huh. Okay.
Yeah, it looks better than it tastes, obviously.
And it's in PvP. It's not llama. No, I don't know. It's not a llama burger. No, definitely not. It was, hey, Daniel's Head Topics. Hello, and welcome to you. And I just want to say also, hello to Taylor Swift. Hello and welcome.
Oh, I have to wonder, do they eat llama there?
They absolutely do. And I had some. Absolutely.
Oh, that's interesting. Because, sometimes there's these hang-ups about eating animals like horses or donkeys, pack animals. You don't, like we don't eat them here. Other countries
that's true. But we don't. That's a good point. But other countries do eat camels, so that's a different kind of thing.
There is, and here's a little trivia question for you both. There is an animal that I have pictures of that they eat in Peru that a lot of North Americans would not be very happy about at all.
Because
and I have eaten it. No, they're not endangered. They actually are they used to traditionally be raised by Peruvian tribal people because they take very little space and very little resources to raise, but they're very high in protein.
What is the answer?
They're very high in protein. The answer is spelled C-U-Y.
What kind of a critter is that?
Well, we call it guinea pig.
Well,
guinea pig.
Oh,
okay. Take up very little place, very little space.
Gosh,
Now, this
wow! I didn't know that they ate. Well, yeah, we wouldn't eat guinea pigs because we generally see them
Oh,
as little
but I
pets.
think
it's not cats.
I think guinea pigs were originally sold for meat
They were,
in England, and hence their name. You could buy
right?
one for a guinea.
Oh, was that why?
I
Not
believe
bad. No.
so.
So this is a vegetarian dish that strawberry. Well, they call it a strawberry frosty, and then we have kiwi, and that was like a nut of some kind, and then
It looks
some
like
more.
puffed wheat.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? It does. Yeah, I recall it. Well, you know it could be probably. Let's just go with that. It could be,
Or it could be a nut.
or it could be nuts. Who knows? But anyway, that's what that's what a dessert type salad. If you want a nice light salad, that's a bit sweet. Okay, so from Cusco, you can get on this train, and you can go to the little town that's beside Machu Picchu, which is called Aguas Calientes, and that's hot waters, because there were hot springs nearby, and that's inside the train. And if you ladies can notice, the ceiling has glass windows all along the ceilings too.
Oh, that's great. Yes, my new car has a window above too.
Nice, the big one. I just want to say hello to FKHC 2005. Which way does the water flow in the toilet? The same way it does here. It's too small for the Coriolis effect. It's not a death tray. It does look like a coffin. You're right. It does. Shoot, it does. But it's not. It wasn't a death train. No. And there's beautiful scenery, beautiful mountains, gorgeous, just gorgeous.
So this is pretty much in the middle of the country. So is there a name for the mountain range? It's not the Andes, right?
I was going to say it was the Andes, but I was just guessing. I don't. Well, don't take my word for it. I thought it was. I just assumed it was.
Well, I guess it's probably a chain of mountains, the Andes. Yeah, it probably goes the whole length of the country, maybe?
Definitely. It is, definitely. And I thought it ran quite down into Chile as well. I thought it ran through several countries, but I was just going by long-term memory. So don't take my word. I could be very wrong on that. I absolutely could be wrong on that. And where? I thought I had the train. Oh, you know what? I did. I have a YouTube video that I posted a long time ago. No, let's.
Oh, you posted some Peruvian videos already.
I did.
Before, so that's great. Let's play some of those.
I've got. Okay, yeah, I've got some from right here. Let me see. We'll stop that and present a video file. And here we go. Oh yeah, okay. Here's the festival in. One more time. That's right in Cusco, right in the plaza. And there we go. And let's stop that. All right.
Gene Bird asks a question.
Oh, sorry. Wrong one.
I love it.
Sorry. I know. Yeah, I know. It's a good parade. Right in the middle of that alley.
Damn it. Wrong one. Remove that one. Sorry. I'm new, folks. Hi.
Hello. No, you're doing great. No, we can.
You're doing fine, lad.
Considering I've got no power, it's not bad, eh?
Yeah, but I noticed that Eugene Bird had a question in the chat. He said,
"Oh, thank you.
How do you rate it amongst your many travels, 1 to 10?
Ooh. Wow. Hi, Tina, the Naughty Dragon. 1 to 10, Peru would be. I would definitely put it Machu Picchu was jaw dropping. When I got up the mountain, my jaw wouldn't leave the dirt for 4 or 5 hours straight. I would say Machu Picchu is in the top 3 things I would have seen in my life as far as man-made things. Probably Angkor Wat would be one of those 3, and maybe Gaudi's Cathedral Familia, Sagrada Familia Cathedral in Barcelona. So this would be in the top 3. I'd have to think about that more, but yeah, I'd say in the top 3. And on a scale of 1 to 10, yeah, I'd say like a 9, man. That's a 9.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, Machu Picchu is on my list of places that I want to go, right with Galapagos, and you've been to both places. So I'm just glad I'm here today.
I'm thrilled to have you guys, both of you girls. Thank you for both.
It's pretty fascinating.
I think so. I'm just happy that people are also interested in travel as I am. And so there's Aguas Caliente. There's the train tracks just coming in. You can see it's just a little town in the mountains, just a 20-minute drive. It's used as a base station to get up to Machu Picchu. And you leave here at 5 in the morning by bus. And it's high up there in the mountains. And it, like I said, takes about 20 minutes. And you get there and you line up before the park opens by about a half an hour line to get in. And then you can get up to Machu Picchu to see the sunrise around 7 a.m. or so come up. And you get there before a lot of people show up. And so there's in Aguas Calientes. You arrive on that train. And it was fantastic. And there's the river with the... we stayed in a little place, a little hotel, little tiny hotel right on the river, and it was dirt cheap. This is Aguas Caliente. Oh, that's the shirt I'm wearing. Ta-da!
And it still fits. That's impressive. How long ago was this?
About 10 years. I actually weigh less than I did in that picture because I ate a lot when I was in Whistler and drank a lot too. But I'm standing on the balcony of the hotel we rented, which was dirt cheap, right at the river.
Yeah, speaking of drinking a lot, I ordered a margarita today, and it was much bigger than I thought it was going to be. I'm still drinking
it. Nice. Fantastic.
Did they let you take it with you?
No, what it is it was delivery
incredible
service. Yeah.
So DJ Playnice says the festival of can you pronounce that, Jill?
Saint Ephigenia? No, I cannot. I'm so sorry.
Tygerstripes?
Ephigenia?
Oh, there you go.
Oh, there it is.
I think is that like a Monty Python reference or something? I feel like that's it.
Not that I recognize. He could be right. Yes, we are still on Peru. Well, we haven't left. So, yeah. Jill, can you read this from our friend Wes Cagle, please? Then that explains the mountains.
Yeah, sure. The Andes extend from south to north through 7 South American countries: Argentina, Chile, Bolivia, Peru, Ecuador, Colombia, and Venezuela, which you've also been to Venezuela.
Indeed. Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah, you've been to so many great places.
And if I had more money, I'd be over there right now. Are most of the population Catholic? Taking a wild guess. Yes, I believe so. Oh, crap. Yes, the Feast of Bring Out Your Dead. Thank you. You got us.
You were right, Tygerstripes.
I feel happy. I don't want to go on the car.
I thought about that scene during COVID. Sorry.
That's awesome. Okay, so this is some delicious. So the hamburger wasn't appetizing, but this beef in a fairly fancy restaurant was quite good. That was delicious, by the way.
Wow, was this a tapas place?
And no, it was not. Hi, Stark of Iron. on your break, but saying hello. Well, we'll take you any way we can get you, buddy. Thank you for being here. It was
Hello,
not
Tony.
tapas. No, that was just a nice little restaurant. I do try and I save money on my accommodation to spend it on food, Joe.
Makes sense. That's smart. It looks really
And
good.
that was a fancy fancy place with it's just nice little. That's a fish with potato chips and some sort of a sauce in the rectangular plate. And this was, I forget what kind of a vegetable soup that was. I can't remember exactly what, but I know it was darn good. So you could, although Peru is technically not a first world country, let me tell you, some of the restaurants had first rate food, as you can see.
Oh, they're definitely going for the whole haute cuisine look there.
Yeah, unbelievable. And you know what? That's what those potato chips are handmade. Potato chips is part of that cuisine as well, I believe. Yeah, fantastic. There's Machu Picchu, folks. So the next morning we got up way early, and this is before the sun is just getting light there now.
So, one of the things I wanted to ask you about Machu Picchu first is your journey to it. Did you take a train or bus, or did you hike?
Up to Machu Picchu, we took a bus up in the morning, and then hiked back down to Aguas Calientes, and then a train out to Cusco. Yeah, we took the bus up and hiked down, and that still took like 2.5 hours. And I've got a video. You wait till you see how steep it is. It's crazy.
Ooh, so you did do some hiking. That's the biggest
Oh
thing I
yeah,
was wondering about.
So you got to
absolutely.
walk in. That's a good thing. It means that only the people who really want to go are going to get there.
That's okay. Machu Picchu
What?
is 2,400 meters. Yeah, fantastic. What do you know?
But there's a 4-mile hike to Machu Picchu you can take, which I want to do someday. But I have to wait until my 5-year-old can walk for 4 miles.
Oh wow.
Not yet. She's got to grow up a little bit more.
Okay, to answer our earlier question, in India, the Himalayas that I was in India, it's at about 11,500 feet or 3,500 meters. So yeah, about 1,000 meters higher than here at Machu Picchu, which is noticeable. So that's just some of the up close constructions, and they're right on the right hand side there, Jill. At the very bottom, you can see right above that tree. That is, I believe, the Temple of the Condor, which was there are condors in Peru, and you can hike to. It's called the Cross of the Condors. You can take a bus to it and then hike up to it, a little bit of a hike, and you can actually see condors with their 9-foot wingspans, and it's amazing. So there you go. That was breathtaking. When I stumbled upon this, my jaw was on the floor, on the ground.
Is that a sheer drop off the
Pretty
side
much.
of the mountain? And it's incredible. I don't think I ever realized that.
Pretty much, yes. Pretty much it is.
That's one of my dreams to be there to see that, but also I don't want to fall off a cliff.
Well, I'll show you. Here's a video from that very just that I took at the same time as I took those photos, right here. So yeah, I showed that earlier. So that was, same one.
Did you ever upload that as a YouTube video?
I didn't, but I should.
You should.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you got to do that.
I certainly should.
Yeah.
No, I would like to. It's a short one, but
And that rising mist is just so
isn't it incredible?
gorgeous.
Okay, so yeah, here's this same book, the very same book, folks, and that the picture, the image of the Lonely Planet is the very one that we're looking at. So I thought that was cool. And there's llamas right there.
Did any of them spit on you?
No, but
then they liked you, I think.
Well, you know what? I have a video for that.
Why do llamas always look so happy?
You look like you're going to attack me. So I'm going to back away now. And yeah, I ate your brother last night. You know that, eh?
Did you really eat some llama on that trip?
I did eat some llama on that trip. I did, yes. Yeah. It tasted like beef. Yeah. So here's looking out through one of the buildings out into the Machu Picchu site, just to give you a little idea. And so there you were asking about straight drop-offs. So they're
incredible.
There's my fiance at the time, the woman in blue. She's 5 foot tall, so if that gives you an idea, across the way, if you can see her little speck right there, that's the one in blue. She's 5 foot tall. She's I didn't know at the time she was standing on the freaking wall. She's on the damn wall. Oh my God, she gave me a heart attack. I wouldn't talk to her for like an hour.
That's scary. Yeah.
There's no need of it. Anyway. Oh, hello.
She wanted to be part of the picture.
I guess. Hello and hi. Welcome to you.
Hello, Bernard, Maddie.
Oh, DJ Playnice says my favorite international architect is Gaudi. I would agree after what I saw. Absolutely. Limson, yes.
I would call Gaudi more of an artist than an architect, but I could really be wrong about that.
Yeah, I think, maybe a little both. I'd say that I'm split down the middle on that one. And do you mind reading, in that case, Tygerstripes, what PvP has to say?
Sure. Pleasant Valley Picker says, Gaudi Cathedral. Always wanted to see it. Are they still working on it? I remember it from art history, and it's a marvel.
Absolutely. 100%.
A lot of tile work, right?
Yeah. It is one of the most...
amount of tile work.
Yes. I actually put it above the Eiffel Tower. And the... And the House of Parliament of England. I'm sorry to say that, and St. Paul's Cathedral. I think the Gaudi Cathedral, even more impressive than the world's second largest mosque in Casablanca. Ooh, that's a hard one, but yeah, even above that. And yeah, it's not finished. They're never going to finish it. And Jill, would you mind reading this, please?
Suzanne says, PvP. I pulled a real boner move today. My pharmacy delivers on Thursdays before 5 p.m. Well, last week I called on Friday. No pharmacist. So today, when they came, I asked her if she is Jewish. I'm Jewish. But that's where the comment ends. I think there's more to the story. And we shut down Thursday, 4 p.m. till late Friday. Didn't think I said anything wrong, but she said it was a highly inappropriate question.
No, darn.
Oh. So I think the answer is yes. But in this day and age, people are uncomfortable.
Well, no, you know what?
Phone, maybe.
Even when I was a kid in high school, when I knew somebody was Jewish, I wanted to ask her about her religion, and I was talking to her, and she got really offended that I even asked. So that even happened in the 90s.
Oh, wow.
When I was a kid.
Wow. I just don't know what to say. That just seems a little defensive.
I was just curious. Yeah, it was. Yeah. I was just curious because I'm in South Texas. We mostly have Catholics and stuff. And so I was just wanting to know.
Yeah.
And Christopher Dominguez, how high have you climbed the Peruvian part of the Andes? I believe Machu Picchu is part of the Andes, and this elevation was 2,500 feet. We also did hiking up to, like I said, Cruz El Condor to see the condors, and that was around Well, it was over 2,000 meters, so over 2,000 yards. I remember eating cocoa leaves, just chewing on them as the natives always have to help with the elevation altitude sickness. I didn't think it helped that much, but at least it gave you something to do, and they tasted, nice enough, not like leaves.
That was
Did
one
you
of the
get a
questions I would
buzz?
have.
You are correct, James Caserta, and hello and welcome to you. Although I love cats, you are technically correct, and hello.
I only use them for the heater portion of that statement.
Yes.
But hello, James Caserta.
So that's what you'd be looking at as you're looking straight down that.
Yeah, that was one of the things I was interested in was altitude issues.
There you go.
Because
oh my gosh.
I basically live at sea level. Having to live higher up, it seems like a thing I'm not used to.
We were coming from Whistler, and Whistler is the village is about 600 meters elevation, 627 exactly, and that is about 2,000 feet in elevation. So coming from 627 meters up to 2,000 was enough, Jill, that like I said, when I exerted myself in Puno chasing after the would-be thief, I was exhausted and I had a headache. I got instant headaches, and I don't get headaches, so that was. But do you want to see a video from up here at this, looking down at the ravines around Machu Picchu?
Yeah. So you should have had an advantage already being above sea level. I'm not above sea level at all.
Not much.
You don't need to go to the very edge.
That sounds like you're cautioning your fiance.
Yes. How could you?
Yes, because you just told us
To
that
the very edge.
she
It's
was
all in your
getting
tone. You were still pissed off.
about that last picture, right? Of her at the edge.
Did that come through? Did it?
I can just tell.
But she was showing off.
It's actually very
good,
sweet.
though.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, it was. Wow. Yeah, that was fun. So yeah, there you go. I do have a fair few good photos from there. There we go, folks. And there, yeah, I delete because I don't have her permission to put her image in here. I haven't talked to her in probably a year. Although we do talk every once in a while, so I deleted her head from it just out of respect.
If you didn't get her permission, that's very polite, although that's vaguely macabre. But
I was going to ask you, how did
these days I think you can take the whole person out by clicking a button, can't you?
Yeah, you. I see. I'm not that good. I'm sure people can.
I don't know. It's just what I see on the commercials.
But yeah, it's like hundreds of feet drop. Hundreds of feet drop. I wouldn't get any closer. I would not.
No, I wouldn't have either. Absolutely
and I wouldn't.
Not.
I wouldn't let her get on the outside.
Yeah, because you just don't know.
She'll
if
go.
you have a fear of heights, it might just take you all of a sudden. You might pass right out and go right over.
Yeah. Well, I'm a roofer.
That would be really bad.
But even being a roofer did not help me, not at this height. Had no.
And before I was referring to that as mist. That's not mist. That's clouds. You're so high up. You are looking at the tops of clouds.
Correct.
That's incredible.
That is correct.
Just incredible.
That is correct. 100%. There it is. There. I hope people aren't getting bored. It is quite a bit of Machu Picchu
what are
here.
you nuts? It's Machu Picchu.
Yeah. I know. That's what I thought. Yes, there is a bus. Oh, PvP. Don't worry. Yes, you can't. You don't have to hike down. We just chose to. You can take a bus down. It's very comfortable. No, it's very comfortable. You can take a bus down. Yes. Good luck with you. Stargavine is trying to get to 1,000 subs, folks. So good for you, Stargavine, and I hope you get there, my friend.
Yeah, you
work your ass off.
There. You're moving up at a great rate. Don't worry about moving naturally. You're growing organically. You're doing a great job.
I agree. I mean, shit, I've been doing this way longer than you, buddy, and I'm only half of what you are, my friend. And hello to our special friend Rod Thunderheart.
Rod.
Say hello to Rod, I'd like to introduce you to Machu Picchu. Yeah, honestly, I like my jaw was on the ground in the dirt for 4 hours just looking at that. You can't. Yeah, there. My mouth was open like a doofus the whole friggin' time.
It's a marvel. It's one of the new wonders of the world. Newer wonders.
So at the top of my head would be Temple of the Condor, and the Temple of the Sun is right at my right elbow, pretty much.
Did you hear El Condor Pasa anytime while you were in Peru?
The song?
The song.
I betcha, yeah. Yeah, on the buses. Guaranteed I would have, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So this stonework is incredible. That's a 12 surface stone, I believe. Very intricate stonework. And we scientists have just recently sort of figured out how they did it. They used to put some sort of a naturally, using plants and water and mud, they would close fit the stonework and get them really shaved really close. And they would put this natural mixture on the top and the bottom of the other rock, and it acted like an acid. And they would put the rocks down, and the weight of the stones on top of each other and just the acid working together would slowly just sort of like melt, I guess, the seams together, and it would make that incredible tight fitting joint like that. It's not
tight fitting joint. Did they use mortar?
Not like a mortar. It was more like the compound was an acid to eat away the rock so that it would fit more smoothly, but not like a mortar. No, that's not what they described it. And the people who were giving the presentation on YouTube knew a lot more about it than I did, but it was fascinating. So I recommend people going if you're interested in it. There are programs out there that are scientifically based, and they're amazing. But hello.
Wow, those look really tight.
They are. Thank you for being here, Tony, and keep up your energy, my friend. I know you've been working your ass off. Keep it up there, buddy. Keep up the good efforts. But yeah, that's just incredible stonework. Just incredible.
Well, it is. I suppose that the architecture has to be fantastic because in Peru they have to worry about earthquakes, don't they?
Well, and if you don't do a good job, then the leader, the Inca emperor, has you decapitated. So there's that.
Well, yeah, they were kind of into that.
Yeah, and now
but, I always got the impression that they sort of executed everybody for excellence. Hey, you won the ball game. We're going to kill you. Hey, you're the prettiest girl in the city. We're going to sacrifice you. That was always my impression, but I don't know. I'm just goofing.
No, I think you're right. And no, this Eugene Bird, I believe this was do you want to take a guess, Jill? What do you think these terraces were used for Stairmaster training for their football teams?
No, I don't know. Or it was some type of theater.
I think the easiest answer is farming.
Bingo. Yeah, terraces for farming, for planting crops. Yeah, I believe so. Yeah. Would the roofs be covered by thatched material? We think so. PvP, yes. That was what
farming.
My understanding there.
Sorry. I've got to deal with my daughter right now.
Of course, Jill. Right. No, you're right, Tygerstripes. I've seen in Asia, the Chinese and Vietnamese have terraces similar.
Anytime you're on a hillside and you're farming, you've kind of got a terrace.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
In Mexico, I saw weed farmers do the same thing. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he is an architect and an artist. Okay. Well, I think maybe a little bit of both, but definitely an artist, no question. And there you go. There's some of the tight-fitting stonework again, just incredible. And
that is incredible.
It's 300 years old, and they still managed to do it with
only 300.
I don't think Machu Picchu is as old as everyone thinks it is. I seem to recall it only. You know what? I don't want to give out false information. I'm gonna Google that right now. I believe it is only a couple years old. Like I was saying 300. So,
well, the architecture is almost European.
why is it in French?
With the the walls and supports for the roof being peaked. But of course, in somewhere where it snows, you want a peaked roof, and I guess that might be common to all cultures where there's snow.
Yep, you do want a peaked roof, absolutely. Oh, okay. So 15th century, so the 1600s. So all right, yeah, 400 years old. Yeah, what do you know? Okay, great. And PvP says, I have a fear of heights and get dizzy, so maybe I need a pass on Machu Picchu. Well, yeah, there's some heights involved. And hello, William Shakespeare. You'll be in the balcony. Okay, you are welcome, sir. You take a
William.
Seat. Enjoy. And look. Hello, Sci-Fi Nation. Hello and welcome, sir. And well, Jewish has a history, so I never bring it up. Well, that's true. It's exactly. And if you're around people that don't have thick skin, yes, that is absolutely right. Oh, okay. No, yeah, that's right. Hey, thanks, William Shakespeare. Thanks for being here. And you know what? I bet you I've got another excellent video.
Mountains. Just incredible.
Well, how about this one? Let's take a look at this one. Just hit that one more quick time. There we go. Yeah, love the scenes at Machu Picchu. Just incredible. And I think we have this one right here. This is a good one. So, Tiger and Jill, can you hear me?
I can. Jill's away.
Oh, right. Yep. Okay.
I wasn't the ferns.
Sure. So I told you that we hiked down. We took the bus up, and you can take the bus back down to Aguas Calientes, but we chose to hike down, and this is the path down.
Oh my God!
Did you see the stairs?
Yeah, I would not do that. That is terrifying. And how long do you have to hike down like that on those narrow stone steps with the drop off on the other side?
Like that,
2
about
hours?
an hour. No, like that, about an hour. About an hour.
But still, that's that's too tricky for me.
It was gorgeous. It was worth it. It was gorgeous. But yeah, it requires training. I'd do training beforehand. There we go.
Yeah, that's just beautiful.
I was the whole country. I was blown away by Peru. So there you go. More of Machu Picchu, folks.
Are the people tiny everywhere you go in Peru, or just in the mountains?
No, tiny everywhere, but wider than us, but shorter statue. And this seemed to be some sort of a fountain room or a bathhouse room with drains out of it, and
wow,
that's
it was impressive.
Just incredible. Yeah, I thought so. And here's another one of the bigger gathering rooms with a recreation of what they thought the roof might have looked like.
Sure.
So that's pretty impressive. And I just want to say hello. I live on the coast. Okay, Jill, she's in there. Hello and welcome. I want to make sure I get everyone there. What was the population there at its peak? That is a darn good question. I don't know. Of Machu Picchu. Um, you know, hard to say. I thought, I got the impression it wasn't thousands, but it was more than hundreds, from what from what I understand. But I could be wrong. But I bet you William Shakespeare, if he was here, he'd already have that answer. Spidey's advice: being plenty of tooth floss to clean those teeth, their mouth being open 4 hours straight. That's right. It was in the dirt. It was just, it's so impressive. Not only the structures that were created, but the natural surroundings were just surreal. Absolutely unbelievable. And yeah, just steep drop off. Definitely a steep drop off. And William Shakespeare said that joke didn't land right. It was supposed to involve bugs flying into one's mouth, having been open 4 hours. Now I'm just rambling on. That's that happens around here. William Shakespeare, no problem there. Sci-fi is right. Speaking of ancient technology, we cannot replicate the strength and longevity of Roman concrete. To my understanding, I believe you're right, my friend. I believe that is true, even with modern concrete. There's more llamas. Can you tell which ones are the females and which ones are the males?
I'd have to figure that the bigger ones are the males.
Yeah, good question. I don't. Oh, the power came back on. Good. I'm just going to turn on these lights.
Right.
Yeah, we're back.
Great
we're back.
news! Hooray!
We're back. All right. Can you just talk about llamas for a minute while I plug stuff back in, please?
Okay. So we're gonna talk about llamas. What about llamas? How to tell the difference between a female and a male llama?
Size, probably.
Okay, that would make sense.
Yes. They do have such sweet faces.
They do. They look like they're smiling.
Mm-hmm.
And PvP earlier said they look like they're telling jokes to each other.
All right, we're back. Thank you. We're back in business. All right. So moving on. Machu Picchu. It's just such a. So I don't want to take too much time doing Machu Picchu, but I also don't want to blow by it. It's just
what?
Incredible.
You can't spend too much time on the place I want to visit so much.
So there's one of the trails that you can hike to. A lot of people spend days hiking amongst the mountains to reach Machu Picchu, as opposed to taking the train to Agua Caliente and then the bus. So here's some of the trails that you can hike along.
William Shakespeare says it had about 1,000 residents at its peak.
Oh, thank you. Oh, okay. As I said, more, it would not thousands, but definitely more than hundreds. So, okay, thank you. That's what I figured. Amazing they built that at that height. It is impressive, PvP. And Sci-Fi Nation says those stones don't look tight in that room with their recreated roof. Oh, well, that might have been modern workers recreating. They can't get it as tight as the old workers could. I hear they're having problems like that in China, as a matter of fact. So I've got one. Let's see, is that here's near the edge? Let's take a look at this one. Yeah. There we go. Fantastic. Then moving on. Oh, okay. There's now. See, these are lots of little little snacks. What do they call them? Sort of like tapas, and they were just they were pork with pineapple in them in skewers, and they were delicious. Lots of pork as well.
Where
Surprisingly,
was this at?
in Peru, in Aguascalientes.
Aguascalientes.
Yeah, and here is a
Ah.
market, and now this. So leaving. So after Machu Picchu, we went back down through to Nazca and down to Arequipa. And this is, I believe, Arequipa, spelled with a Q, with an indoor market, giant indoor market. And that is pork, lots of delicious pork. And they just cook the whole thing. They cook the whole
Oh, yeah,
thing.
that looks like whole pieces of the whole thing. Yeah.
You recognize that being from Texas, don't you?
Oh, well, yes, of course. We do have barbecues, and sometimes that includes whole pork.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that was fantastic. Delicious. And yeah, typical market, you can get all kinds of baked goods as well. Lots of sweets there. And lots of, this was little restaurants, little shops where people were just sitting down on benches and just eating shoulder to shoulder. And you could you find the chef that, the home style cooking that you like the best, and just sample it all. And we just sat down right beside everyone and enjoyed it. It was fantastic.
Gosh, how do you choose what to eat with all this?
And
It seems like a lot of choices.
And here you go. Here, that's your veg and your corn, and I believe that in this case that is beef. Pretty well. Where's that pork?
Short
what
ribs.
that looks like? Short ribs, doesn't it? Yeah.
How was the corn?
Yeah. The corn was not. See, I'm used to peaches and cream on the East Coast, and it's so sweet. The corn wasn't as sweet. It wasn't as sweet, but it was okay. It was still good.
I've never had corn that looked like that before, although I do know there's way more corn than the type that we get all the time. PvP does ask, was Machu Picchu built as a fortress? And later on in the chat, William Shakespeare answers. He says,
"Oh, okay. I think I know the answer. Let's see if William Shakespeare has the same opinion I do." Go ahead, Jill.
He says, re-PvP's question, Machu Picchu is not exactly listed as a fortress, but instead a citadel. The two terms have similar connotations, but not identical meanings.
Correct. Yep, that's what I would have said too. It was never really meant as a defensive fortress, more of a religious, more like a religious site but meant to inspire people and to bring about, like, not nationalism, but the Incan Empire. William Shakespeare, good. Thank you.
It seemed to point to the future when it was made.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. So thank you for that. Alpacas for the win. Okay. And you could also get pizza, although I don't think this thing delivers pizza very quickly. That's a Volkswagen, isn't it, Tygerstripes?
But it seems like it has a lot of pizza and hamburgers.
That's a Volkswagen Plus.
Yeah.
It might as well say American food. Do you want it? We have it.
Oh yeah, you can read Spanish too, can't you, Jill? There you go. Yeah, and there you go. See, fresh fruit, which in Canada you can't always get. You can't always get often. You can't. Yeah.
Really? You guys run out of produce? That's really sad.
Well, no, it's not as fresh. See, they pick it before it's ripe, and then it sits on a truck for 3 days to get up here, right? So.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Right? Yeah, so okay, then we got the same kind of produce that you do.
And that is hot chocolate made with real cocoa on the right-hand side in the mug. I think I was having a pisco sour because this was in pisco, which is pisco sour. If you know the drink, it's also comes from the town of Pisco in Peru, and that's a pisco sour. And my fiance was having the hot cocoa, and they were both incredible.
Well, what is a pisco sour? What's it made of?
Pisco sour.
Pisco.
You had to ask me what a pisco sour is.
I have to.
DJ Play Nice.
It's so
I bet you
beautiful.
he knows. William Shakespeare, didn't you tell me you were a bartender? It is absolutely. And
Looks like there's cream floating on top of something.
I can't remember what a pisco sour is. I know they were delicious. But it was from Pisco. And it's their claim to fame, but I cannot remember what it is. And that is chicken and blueberries.
I won't pretend I ever knew what it is, but I looked it up. It uses brandy.
Ooh.
And it uses fermented grape juice. It uses lime syrup and bitters.
And this is a type of ceviche. So the seafood cooked in lime juice, right?
What type of fish did the ceviche did you try?
It's like a white fish that was like a sole.
I see some shrimp in there.
Yeah, there's some shrimp. There was some strips of langoustine lobster in there, and little tiny scallops, and that was their ceviche, which is it's raw seafood cooked for a few hours in lime juice, and the acids from the juices actually cooks it. So ceviche, I wasn't really familiar with it before Peru, but Peru is on the coast. Peru has a very long coast, and they love seafood. And Lima is right on the coast of the Pacific, and they love ceviche. And it's if you go to Peru, you have to have ceviche. It's all over the place, and it's delicious. Fantastic.
And you have to do it right. I've tasted before where they didn't cook it long enough in the lime juice, and you could tell.
Yeah, yes, absolutely. Let there be light, and his electricity returned. It did, DJ. Yeah, I love ceviche. Have you had ceviche, Jill, the Tiger?
Yes, I have.
I feel like I've had ceviche at one point in my life, but like only once. It's not something that I order regularly, but I don't eat out that often.
My favorite ceviche was when they used salmon and tuna. That was good.
Hey, thanks, William Shakespeare. Perfect. Yeah, Sci-Fi Nation, it sure, and welcome back, Sci-Fi Nation. It sure was a heck of a pig roast, and yeah, Jill was right too. You were hidden from the chat, so you're back. Thank you. So, if anyone's worried about, uncomfortable bus rides down the coast of Peru, because I do like traveling by land to see the country. These buses were comfortable. Really comfortable.
They're so much fancier than I thought you'd be getting. I imagined something with, crates of chickens on the roof or something. But that's very fancy. You're talking Central America. That is Central America, yes. But here, these buses were similar to Mexico, like fancier than in Canada, and I'm not joking. And then you also have this style of transportation. I think
that's more what Tygerstripes is thinking.
Yeah. See, and see, these dudes are just working all day, piling up. Whatever goods they're working on there, folks. Okay, so this is along the coast, this is along the coast. Like I said, a lot of Peru's on the west coast, and Lima is right on the coast. So this is one of the highways leading out of Lima. And just lots of sand, and just really, actually, there's quite a few beach resorts and beach towns along the Pacific coast. I was about to ask
if they have beaches.
Indeed, they do. And they also have old Toyota trucks and donkeys pulling carts with transports. And then what looks like a Thailand tuk-tuk. It's Peru.
3-wheel? That's interesting.
Yeah, you get that. And there's your beach resort right there, Tygerstripes.
Oh, okay.
Lovely.
Mm-hmm.
I would not drink the water, Sci-Fi. And it was sweet corn, but not as sweet as peaches and cream. And yeah, exactly, DJ. Very similar to open markets in Mexico and Guatemala. I love markets. Absolutely. I try and eat as much as I can in the markets. You support the local farmers. You get to pick the produce, and you just try fruits that you've never had before. So this is a
You
little.
don't drink the water, but you drink the coffee because I guess it's boiled.
Hell yes, exactly. This is this is your little convenience store. You don't have a Walmart, but you have a little convenience store with like one cooler, two coolers, and maybe some items on the shelf there, and digital copiers, so you can get photocopies there too. But this is the way much of the world lives, folks. This is very much the bulk of the world lives like this. You know? And caught a soccer match. Is that soccer? Or are they kicking it up in the air? No, that's.
I don't know. This looks like. Is it volleyball?
I know it might be volleyball. I think I see a net. I think
There's
you're right.
a really high net.
Yeah, I think I see a net. Yeah, yep.
Unusually high.
And you want to talk about sweets? Oh, mi felicitosos. So yeah, those are delicious, delicious sweets. Had to throw that in. Would that have been Valentine's Day? Is that how you say Valentine's Day in Spanish? Because I was there for Valentine's Day. I wonder if anyone knows Spanish. Is that Valentine's Day in Spanish? I don't think so, but not sure I'd trust a hot food truck. A hot food truck? Yeah, sci-fi. You don't want to go to restaurants when you travel to second world countries, third world countries. You want to eat the street food. Trust me on that. Oh, that food truck. The pizza, yeah, the pizza truck, it was a bit old.
It looks like it means congratulations.
Oh, okay.
Or, I'm not sure. I could be wrong.
I agree, William
Well,
Shakespeare.
the meal, that's something that might make it different.
Mm-hmm.
I know in French you say mille tendresse. Millions of kisses, like millions of hugs and that kind of thing.
And then every once in a while you just see some cool street art. Just hanging out.
Oh, right.
Cool.
Meal is like a number. It's like 1,000. Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so guess what this restaurant serves, folks? We were talking about it earlier. That North Americans would not be happy. This is the guinea pig on the skewer. They
Oh my God!
It's
Do you have photos of it?
I don't think I took any. This
Probably
is koi.
Just as well. I don't think I'd ever be able to forget that.
Well, I didn't. There are some with me and my fiance in there, so I didn't add them to this presentation. So no, there won't be any photos of that here. But it's guinea pig. There's lots of bones. It tastes like. Well, it kind of tastes like pork, not like ham or bacon, but like the pork roast. But lots of little bones, lots and lots of little bones. It's a traditional food there, and it's spelled Cuy. Kai, I think is how you pronounce it.
DJ Playness says Cooey, but is it Kai?
No, I bet you he's right. Nope, Cuy. Yep, it's pronounced Cuy. Or spelled Cuy. Yeah. And the bones taste like marrow. They do. I do. I use bone marrow.
My cat would like guinea pig, which makes sense.
Definitely. And so this restaurant had an interesting sign on the door. No roller skates and no guns, because apparently that's a thing in Lima.
You roller skate in and you hold them up.
I guess so. Okay, so this is a game. This is an onion and chicken based soup, which is just vegetables. Lots of soups. And here's a typical street.
I'd be happy with that. I love soup.
Typical street in Lima. This is with all the bus stands on the left-hand side. Lots of public transportation in Lima. Big, modern city with iguanas.
Oh,
that's
that guy.
Right. Sci-Fi Nation got it right.
Also pets. We Americans also take iguanas as pets sometimes.
No skates, no guns, no service. That's right. Oh, okay. Thank you, William Shakespeare. Do you mind reading this, Tygerstripes?
Sure. Trying to bring up a translator, I think the cakes were saying 1,000 happinesses. That's my guess. I actually looked it up, and it just said congratulations, like Jill said.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So,
okay. Yeah. Fantastic.
But I do feel like we're losing something in the translation. That there's
That's
some
what
sort
I
of
was
idiom
I,
that we're
I
not
think
getting.
there's definitely something lost because there are two hearts
Yeah, the
on the
little
cake.
hearts. Right.
That's what I
Right.
was looking at too, Joe. So going into Lima, they're building, they're constantly expanding and building into Lima, but just little countryside villages. And here's the whole pork we were talking about, Joe. Here's the whole pig, the barbecue pig.
Yes, the barbecue. That's definitely a thing that happens in a big party. If you see one at a Texas party, you know it's a serious party.
Yeah, that's right. And here's the street. Yeah, modern streets, folks, in Lima. Modern buildings, modern ceviches. There's more ceviche, folks. And this was more like tapas style at a pub. I think I convinced her to go in for some beers, and they had great seafood ceviche tapas. So that's, yeah, your shrimps and I can see octopus. The purple there is the octopus, and some mussels, and clams was a big thing too. And I think that is tuna rolled up in a slice of tuna or salmon there at the back.
Looks
Oh
like mushrooms on top of the clams too. And that looks really
Oh
good.
yeah.
All of
That
that.
is.
I need. If I ever go to Peru, ceviche will be on top of my list.
Oh, I tell you what, I try and
Well,
put
they've got a
few
massive
food
coastline,
pictures.
so yeah, I can see.
They do. I try and put and beautiful architecture, just gorgeous, and it's walk friendly. I had no problem walking around Lima at any hour. I had no issues. And there was again a festival of some sort that just spontaneously Mardi Gras type middle of February. So yeah.
Yeah, I looked it up. It could be called Carnival, but I'm not
Okay.
sure.
All right.
Which is, yeah.
And this is Inca Cola.
Inca
So,
Cola.
Inca Cola with a K.
Does it taste like cola?
It tasted like Mountain Dew.
Because it's very yellow, yeah.
Mountain Dew, I thought.
What's the alcoholic drink that's very pretty?
That is, I thought,
the big head on them.
the Pisco Sour. Another Pisco Sour. You see the brown right in the middle?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Cinnamon?
and that. Is that the bitter? I don't know.
Cocoa?
Good question.
Cocoa,
Well,
maybe?
Jill read the
Bitters
ingredients.
make sense.
Bitters.
Yeah, there's bitters in
okay.
there.
Yep. And there's myself. And again, you can see the Peruvian men behind me. I'm only 5'6", and those are adults, and I'm taller than them for sure. So, and that's right in the middle of Lima.
Oh, I fit right in Peru. I am 5 foot, almost nothing. I'm 5 foot
There we
1.
go. And gorgeous architecture again, beautiful. Oh, and cheese. I like cheese.
Who doesn't love cheese?
Yeah, no, I buy snack cheese all the time because I love to snack on cheese. But then I realize, my children are just like me. They eat it all before I get a chance to get to it.
And like you said, Tygerstripes, it's right. Lima's right on the coast here, and this was a modern sort of shopping mall, plaza, arcade, entertainment
Very
arcade,
modern.
right on the cliffside. Right, it's a cliff drop off right to the side of that. But yeah, Lima. Yeah, there you go. There you can see, and people actually do rappelling down those cliffs in Lima. Yeah, quite a modern city, but the only problem with Peru and Lima in general is they have a lot of car alarms, and they don't ever turn them off when they activate. So
Actually, that sounds like Texas.
Oh my God, I'm not kidding. I did.
Really, that's funny because I thought everybody kind of was in control of it. I remember when car alarms first started to be a thing, and nobody knew how to turn them off, and they would just drive you insane. But
It was horrible. The car. I didn't sleep for 9 days. I remember that now.
My God.
I was going crazy, and we were getting rooms with no windows in the middle of the building, and I could still hear car alarms. I was considering breaking the law in several times to just get rid of the car alarms.
No.
It was.
But that's interesting that they kept going off so often. Does that say something about the crime, the level of crime there, or
or just lots? Who knows? Seismic activity.
Proficiency of those installing said alarms.
Well, that too.
Just not good at it.
That too. But it is a beautiful and tropical, as you can see by the palm trees. It is a beautiful coastline. It really is. And ooh, that was oysters and shrimps and butter. Ho ho ho. And yeah, just delicious. Lots of just not oysters, clams. Sorry, not oysters, clams. Yeah, just lots of seafood in Lima. Delicious seafood.
I definitely, I've never tried clam. I'm a big fan of oysters. I just don't know why clams have gotten out of my grasp.
Jill, I am full of shit. Those are scallop shells, aren't they?
They are scallop shells.
When were you gonna chime in there, Tygerstripes? After I made an ass of myself?
Actually, I honestly thought to begin with that they were some sort of tostada. I was like perceiving them as like a tortilla that was flat, but no, yeah, they're scallop shells.
Those are scallop shells.
Right.
And cheese and butter and shrimps.
Or langostino or something.
Or langostinos. Yeah, that was my next. Yeah,
delicious. Oh my God, you're killing me.
That looks like an expensive plate right there. Oh my God, yes. I want it because
squid.
Anytime I have scallop, it never comes with the shell.
Yep. Oh, and that's the backpack. If anyone sees this backpack that is stolen, that is mine. A little Peruvian, he's probably 80 years old now. If you see an 80-year-old Peruvian dude with that backpack, you take it from him and you tell him it's mine.
It'll be a little worn.
That was a cool backpack. But yeah. So there's Lima, walking around Lima.
I'm sorry you lost that.
Me too.
Oh yeah, pilots. Because after south of Lima is the Nazca Lines.
Oh, this ought to be cool.
So this is the little plane that we went up in to look at the Nazca Lines.
Because I looked that up on Wikipedia, and they're petroglyphs. They're giant.
Yes.
I mean, some of them are just lines, but some of them are gigantic pictures.
I'll get us out of here. Can you see? It's right in the middle, and I will get us out of here to make that as big as possible. Can you see? And I'll put my cursor over it.
The lines, yeah, we do.
Right here. Can you see my cursor?
Sure. Is it a Thunderbird?
It is a Thunderbird. Right there. That's exactly it. Yep. That is exactly it. And then this one maybe a little easier to see. Just geometric shapes and what looks like that looks like, I thought it was a penguin, but I don't know. You tell me what that's a beak there and some sort of a penguin bird. I don't know. Or
I think it might be an anteater.
It could be, yeah. But this is the mouth up here, I think. But yes, but to make these images, you can only see them from a plane, like or that one you can see from the elevated platform. But yeah, just unbelievable how they made these. And then some of those other lines are dead straight. Now some of those are roads, but the other straight lines are not roads, and they're just dead straight and made at the time. And then here's of course landing.
Oh, PvP says it's the hummingbird.
Oh, there you go. Okay. And there is Nazca. There's the town of Nazca that we landed in.
Nazca.
Yeah. Ah, okay. There you go.
Awesome.
Dalek.
There's a Dalek 451.
Here it is. Hello, Dalek. Hello.
Dalek
That build is designed for drinking nectar. Okay. Well, thanks. Thanks a lot. Appreciate that. And then, here's our crew. There's the crew, and that's the little tiny plane. And I tell you, that is, I actually got a little bit of stomach sickness. I've flown a lot, and that little plane over the desert with the high, the winds coming up, I was a little bit sick. It was crazy. And here,
did you get to fly the plane, or you just tried?
No, I did not. No,
did you have to use the barf bag?
Nope, no. But I tell you, my stomach was rumbly. That's a giant, constructed out of, I think, wood and bamboo. That's a giant fireworks tower.
Oh, incredible.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to stick around until they lit it off.
Oh, wow.
But I have similar videos from Guatemala of towers just like that, and Mexico for that matter, of very similar ones being lit off that you can go watch on my channel.
Yeah,
And
that
again,
does seem like a lot of work, and then you just use it once. Fantastic.
and then again with with the uh, the eating out on the street food at night amongst with the locals, just at little plastic tables, really popular, really social. I really enjoy that, doing that in those parts of the world. Really do.
What were the people like?
Super friendly. Most of them didn't speak English, um, but at least they tried with Spanish. With my Spanish, they tried at
Mhm.
least. Any bugs, James Caserta? No, it was cooler there than I thought. It was February, so I didn't see any bugs of any kind. No, plus the iguanas eat them all. And buffeting in small aircrafts feels so dramatic compared to passenger planes. You are absolutely correct, DJ Planes. And Antiderivative Jill, would you mind reading this, please, for my friend?
Sure, William Shakespeare says to Sci-Fi Nation, yes, and also the phrase "Feliz Año Nuevo" or "Cumpleaños." I thought "Felicidades" was a conjunction of "feliz." It turns out it is not, and I have learned something today.
Right. Not in the tourist parts, yes, and anyone that's operating with like in a tour bus or taxi or anything like that, they speak English, but not overly. Not like Mexico, in my opinion. But I didn't find much problem. I speak shitty Spanish, and I was able to have absolutely no issues at all. PvP. So, yeah, here we go. That is. Oh yeah, there's the langoustines we were talking about.
Ah, they look so delicious.
Yeah, yeah. And the little scallops, little tiny scallops, not like
Oh
Digby,
my
Nova
God.
Scotia scallops. But yeah, that was just delicious. Lots of seafood. Oh,
it
shoot,
looks so
sorry.
That's
good.
amazing.
Sorry, ladies. I'll bring us all back. I had us off the screen there for a second. Sorry, folks. And yeah, again, just basic, chunks of meat with the potatoes and rice. Potatoes and rice were often served together in South America and Central America too. And do you recognize that guy? I found him.
It's Che.
It is.
Chavez.
No,
Yes,
Guevara.
Guevara, Che Guevara. Yeah, and there again with the hot chocolate made with real chocolate. It was just delicious. Real chocolate, fantastic.
Oh, I was
Because they
thinking
do.
Caesar. Sorry.
No, that's real chocolate, and they do export a lot of chocolate. So
And a little four-leaf clover shortbread cookie. That's very
yeah,
European.
yeah. You noticed that? Good eye.
Oh, I'm
Good
all about
eye.
the cookies.
Yeah, yeah. It was a little. I want to say ginger snappy.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and this is what town is this? Is this Cuenca? This is Cuenca. Arequipa.
You guys heard me? This is oh, I'm sorry. I'm talking to my daughter. I will
Oh
mute.
no,
So sorry.
that's quite all right, Jill. You not a worries at all. You go ahead and we're coming up on 2 hours, folks. We're just about done the pictures, actually, so that's good. And thank you, Jill. You do whatever you need to do. So in the south of Peru is a quite a large city of Arequipa, and I'm massacring the pronunciation of that. It's spelled with a Q, Arequipa, and it is gateway to some of the hiking for the condors that I was talking about, and you can do mountain hikes as well. You can see the mountains there in the background, and this is a gorgeous city, not a town, Arequipa. And just it's a great town to get to do all kinds of activities and adventures. And it is in the south. Gorgeous. Here's some of the hiking we were doing through. And also,
Wow.
it not only does it have mountains, but it also has ravines and gorges. And the condors love to fly over the gorges where the thermals thermal air blows up. And yeah, there's a condor in that picture somewhere, but we're never going to see it. But that is what I took a picture of. That's the Cruz El Condor, I believe it is, the cross of the condors. And it's a giant ravine where they glide up through the thermals, and you can actually spot them. They're 9 feet tall, so you can get a pretty good look at them. And yeah, there's some in that shot, no doubt. But, okay, and there's some pack horses coming up doing some mountaineering, and we did take a short, like I said, like a day hike overnight.
I'm pretty sure those are mules.
Yep.
You can sort of tell by the ears.
You can? How are the ears different?
Yeah. They're bigger, kind of more like a donkey's ears than a horse's ears. They're longer, a little more tapered on the end.
That looks like cacti there, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah, a good bit of cacti.
Yeah. And okay, so there's I've conquered the peak of the mountain at the top of the hike.
Ooh.
Yeah. And I planted my blue Smurf flag. So again, and you can see the terraces used for agriculture there, all along.
Wow!
Yeah,
incredible,
just incredible, extensive,
mm-hmm.
And it's much bigger than just this one photo shows. Much bigger, yeah, very extensive.
It's really gorgeous. This is really the landscape that people who make movies want to have.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Oh, Sci-Fi Nathan says, go do mama stuff, Jill. Family first for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Speaking of which, I got to go make some chocolate milk. I'll be back.
Oh, of course. We're just about wrapped up here, Jill. You go ahead. I've already taken 2 hours of your time. And it's 10 o'clock at night here. So it's after midnight where you are, Jill. Do you mind reading this, Tygerstripes, if you don't mind?
No, you read it.
Okay. I wonder if Che Guevara made it up through Peru. I just don't remember. Great film on that. The Motorcycle Diaries from 2004. Highly recommended. It's about Che before he turned revolutionary. The Motorcycle Diaries. Okay. That's a sequel to the Basketball Diaries, I think. That's a joke.
Yeah.
Not a lot of trees in Peru, Spidey. As a BC boy, that's glaring not to see any. Yeah, you noticed it. You noticed it, PvP. I didn't see a lot of trees everywhere.
Is that deforestation or just due to altitude?
I think
know there's a tree line, right? In terms of altitude.
A lot of what I saw was altitude. But you know what? Northern Peru is up in where I didn't go much through northern Peru because Ecuador is up there, and I spent a lot of time in Ecuador. But the Amazon forest is up in northern Peru. So I haven't been to northern Peru. I flew over it, and that is forested. I didn't travel through it, I should say, but I traveled over it. And it is heavily forested in northern Peru. But the central and south, you're right, PvP. As a BC boy, I noticed that as well. And DJ Playknight says, compared to our bakeries, we have a large and quickly growing Spanish-speaking population here. It's rad to be able to hit the hotspots and small restaurants. Butcher, baker, candlestick maker. You're not wrong. And I love small mom and pop shops. You're absolutely right, DJ Playknight. I try not to buy any groceries from Walmart if I can help. It's an hour and a half away anyway. Amazing how they use terracing techniques the same way they did on the other side of the road. Yeah, Sci-Fi. You're absolutely right, Sci-Fi Nation. That is absolutely. Okay, and here we go. Here's some of the local. See, when you go to these tourist spots like the Cruz El Condor or any of the hiking spots or Machu Picchu, invariably you will find lots of local people or some not so local, traveled a long way in their cultural clothes and selling, of course, things to tourists. So that's a big thing. And hello, Moira Kitty. Hello and welcome.
Moira Kitty.
Yeah. You know Tygerstripes and Bill, I'm sure. Hello and welcome. Yeah. So yeah, and you know what? These were beautiful. I didn't buy any, but they really were beautiful and really colorful, and the stitching was really tight and like a substantive substantive material, not a thin, flimsy material. Oh, okay. And Sci-Fi says, see that blue hat? We have those at our bodega. Oh, that's a good bodega, man. That's wicked. You save a lot of money on airplane flights. And okay, so this is Lake Titicaca and the town of Puno on its shores of Lake Titicaca. And this is the reed islands constructed of reeds, and the boats made entirely of reeds.
That's
I'm
what
standing.
it was. That's what it was. It
Yes.
wasn't the lake. It's not the lake that was man-made. It's the island that was
Yes,
man-made.
and the boats. Do you see these reed boats and the buildings? This is all made of reeds. Everything here. And this is on lake, out in the middle of Lake Titicaca. Now, this is a big tourist thing. Now, there is controversy. Rumor has it that the local tribes people that apparently live on this reed island actually just do that for the tourists, and they actually go home at night. Now, that's the rumor. But the story at the site there is these people are, the tribe has lived there for a long time, and they still live and occupy that island in the middle of Lake Titicaca, and it's a legit thing. And it did used to be. Whether they still live there overnight or not, that's up for debate. But that is Lake Titicaca.
That's interesting.
It is.
Did you take a ride on any of those?
No,
reefs?
I did not. We had a motorized boat to get over there, but I certainly saw them up close, and they are very impressive and very buoyant. And so, have you seen these before, Joe? Is this ringing a bell? Hello?
I knew there was something man-made about Lake Titicaca, but it's not the lake, it's the island, and obviously also their boats and everything.
Yeah.
No, I saw it for the first time today. I only did a little bit of cursory reading.
Oh, okay, yeah. And
anything I know, I'm learning from you.
Yeah, well, cool, awesome. I'm glad you're here. You've seen these before, Tygerstripes?
No, this is all completely new to me, and it's fascinating. It's just interesting that it could possibly be all fake. You're saying that there's controversy there.
Well, whether they still continue to do what they used to do back in the old day, whether they currently still occupy the island. It used to be a thing, whether it still is or not.
So you're saying it is historically authentic.
Yes, correct.
The question is just whether they still live there or not.
A lot of the young people now moved away to the big cities to make money. So that's whether it's a viable ongoing village that's actually a village today or not.
So is the whole island made of reeds? Is it basically a big raft? I mean, how do you
I guess
anchor something like that to the bottom of the lake?
They found something to anchor to. And whether it's built up, who knows? But you're not stepping on dirt. When I was walking around there, it ain't dirt. It's like you're walking on corn husks. Yeah.
That would be interesting to know how it is connected to the bottom of the lake there.
Yeah. Just watch your possessions when you're in Puno, because I did get that backpack taken. You see, you see that backpack. Yeah, there you go. There's the boats up close. Quite decorative, really ornate.
Okay, but it would seem that reeds, they're biodegradable, so they're gonna go away at some point. So do they constantly rebuild this island?
They were doing a lot of maintenance all the time. So I would guess that would include the island. Yeah, and Spidey did not swim Lake Titicaca. I did not. You're disappointed. I did dip my toes in it, but I didn't swim. Anyone notice the two small versions of the St. Louis Arch in the pic? Yes, Sci-Fi. You did notice that, eh? I was wondering. Did you ladies notice that?
I did see the big hoops over on the right.
I think that's the start of another structure. The frame for another structure, I think.
I mean, I guess if you had a giant patch of reeds, you might be able to flatten the top and then sort of live on top of that. I don't know. The whole thing's, it's interesting.
Yeah. And there's ice cream, folks. And
Wow.
Ice cream and jello.
Jello.
all right, beautiful braids. So you can get the things at home as comfort food. Yeah, they are nice boats. Daniel's Hot Topics, very good. And oh dear God, Chilmilco floating gardens in Mexico City were similar. Oh, okay. I did not. I saw pictures of those. I did not go there, DJ. I have been to the ones in Vietnam, but not in Mexico City. That's cool.
It's a Xochimilco. I looked it up just to help.
Oh, geez, thank you. And Jill, do you mind reading this, please?
Well, when I went to Hawaii and they danced for tourists, I didn't question them. I was glad they had jobs that make folks happy.
That's a good point, PPP. That's a good point. And it doesn't matter if it's actually currently still practiced. The point is it's historically accurate that village was as it is. So, and DJ Planet says it's super cool taking a tranharas like a gondola in Italy past miles and miles and miles. Ooh. Do you know how to pronounce that, Tygerstripes?
Oh gosh, no.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
There is always room for Jello, Sci-Fi Nation. It doesn't matter where you go. There you go, folks. And my niece has this hat. I actually went over and tried to get that hat from her tonight, but she wouldn't give it to me. So I do still have that hat. It's basically a big toque, like in South Park, with the ear flaps, a big woolen toque, like the Peruvian winter type style. And that's a banana shake and a Rubik's Cube. I couldn't do the Rubik's Cube, but the banana shake was delicious.
Oh, that looks really delicious. Yeah, it really does. But DJ Play Nice said it was super cool taking it. Okay, so I looked up how to pronounce it. It's Trajinera.
Oh, dear God.
Trajinera. I had to look it up. Was this shake made from ice cream and bananas?
Yes, it was. J is pronounced like an H. It is sci-fi. Absolutely.
And you know what? I know this because I actually did make shakes like this when I was in college. But I also added a little rum and ice.
Rum and ice.
Oh, hey.
Was there rum in this? No, I don't think there was rum in this. I was relatively sober in Peru, so I don't think I did. I had the pisco sours and the cervezas. But okay, we're back to the videos there. So there we go. Those are all the photos, folks. I'm glad you were here for that. And I think I've got...
Me too. Great photos.
Thank you both. I've got one more video to show. I think this is the one. I think I haven't shown this one yet. So let's see, shall we?
You don't need to go to the very edge.
Oh, no, you saw that one already. No, did see that one already.
But it's worth seeing again.
It was really good.
It was definitely worth the second look. I still want to go there.
It's fantastic. I love I love Peru. I love the mountainsides, and if I can just show you, I'll show you the currency quickly. I'll just make myself big.
Oh yeah, the money exchanging. Yeah.
Okay. So this is now their money is called soles or nuevo, so the new soles, because apparently their economy crashed and they had to reinvent their currency from the soles to the new soles. So this is the 10 soles note, and there is a famous pilot on there. There's a Banco Central de Reserva de Peru. 19 soles. And this pilot is Jose Abelardo Quinones Gonzalez. And I'm not sure, but I'm guessing whatever he did involved flying an airplane upside down, very low over the ground, because the wheels are definitely skyward. So
What's
whoever
his
he
name?
is,
And a biplane at that.
Jill, are you doing that just to? What's his name? Okay, I'll do it again.
Well,
Jose.
because he's making me think of the Wright brothers.
Okay, well, it's his first name is Jose and his last name is Gonzalez, but he has like 7 names in between it. But Jose Gonzalez, flew it upside down. So that's a 10 soles note, and here is the 50. Yeah, 50. Ooh, 50 soles. This is a 50 soles note. And again, with a beautiful natural scene in the background. There we go. And
G. Play Nice says that Jose Gonzalez was a combat pilot.
No kidding.
Oh, hey. Oh no, Pleasant Valley Picker is just making a joke. He spent his entire career flying upside down. He was a rebel.
And did acrobatics after. Okay. So, and this is, I don't know if the coins are going to show up that well, but I will try. This is the 1 sol coin, and on it, on this side of the coin over here, on this half, it shows Machu Picchu. It is actually an engraving of Machu Picchu. Nope, it's just not gonna come. Oh, there it is. There it is. The 1 sol note.
That looks great.
Yeah, and then
I want that coin. You know, when I was a kid, I really loved coins, and I tried to look for the oldest coin I ever had.
And that's the 50 centavos coin, which it really won't focus. But there you go, folks. So there's much. And this is, I'm not going to say what this is called because YouTube is acting very funny. So I think, the people of the Amazon rainforest use these with blowing through them. And they have darts in here that they blow the darts through.
Wow.
Right? So this is from the Amazon.
Incredible.
And I actually have blown these. This does flow, but I can't. I don't really want to get in trouble with YouTube. So I think you know what this is. It's used for baking and arts and crafts, as I'm sure you know. Yeah.
Don't inhale.
Don't inhale, folks. Ooh, that's true.
Know.
That's true.
Sounds like a good time.
All right. So thanks so much for being here, both of you, Tygerstripes and Antiderivative. Jill, that was a lot of fun. 2 hours and a little bit.
A ton of fun.
That was a bit longer than I expected, but thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for asking.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much for having us on your trip to Peru.
It was fantastic.
Very educating.
And now, Tygerstripes, where...
only one question I had that I didn't get to. Did you make any friends, like Peruvian, like any people in Peru that you made friends with?
Coincident. I met an Australian named Mike, a backpacker in Cusco. But no, other than Mike the Australian, no, not any people in Peru. Not any Peruvians. Not. I mean, some hostile owners that we but no, none. Hey, I didn't really stay in one place too long. I mean, there's a lot to see in a month. There's a lot. Did
you get any cool? Well, okay. Aside from the currency, did you get any cool souvenirs?
Well, the soccer uniform I thought was pretty cool, and then the blow darts set,
super cool,
was really cool, and again the ball cap
that you gave to your niece, so you'll never see it again.
Well, no, I told her before I told her tonight that if she ever decides she wants to get rid of it, I have a cash payment for her ready. So I think I'll see it again. Cash talks. Now, Tygerstripes, where are you going to be around the net for the next little while? Are you any plans or anything you want to promote or anywhere you're going to be?
Oh, I sing karaoke here, there, and
Yeah,
everywhere.
I know you do.
Yeah,
That's fantastic.
yeah.
And how about yourself, Antiderivative Jill?
Well, mostly it's all my channel, so yes,
Hmm.
I do my own. On Tuesdays, I'm reviewing For All Mankind, and I'm going to finish season 1 on the next Tuesday. The past Tuesday was a special going away trip for Scotty R37 because he's away for a family reunion. But
How long is he
next
going to be
Tuesday,
gone for? Is it just a week or two?
yeah, it's just a week. He'll be back next Friday. It'll be fine. So
Oh no. Okay,
then,
good. Thanks,
yeah,
DJ.
yeah.
Awesome.
So then, this tomorrow, I'm going to be celebrating. Actually, right now, it is Nana Visitor's birthday. So the lady who played Kira Nerys in Star Trek Deep Space Nine, it was born today in 1957, and so I'm going to celebrate that at noon on Friday before I moderate for Doomcock's Friday Night Frolics.
Yes, I will be. I will be there tomorrow night for Friday Night Frolics. I did miss last night, but I will definitely be there with you, Antiderivative Jill, moderating. So it's great to see you.
Yeah.
And
But if
Tiger
you like
Stripe,
Deep Space Nine, you're welcome to show up for.
Yeah, I mean, you're
Well,
going to discuss Kira's
absolutely.
best 3 episodes in Deep Space
Top-
Nine.
I'm gonna pick top 5 episodes.
Top 5, that's cool.
Thanks.
Yeah, definitely. If you want to be there, I can send you the link for that.
I wish I was more educated on Deep Space Nine. I mean, there are some episodes I've seen, but and I've seen quite a few. I was a fan.
I liked it a lot.
I don't know that
I
I can
liked it a
speak
lot.
authoritatively on it.
Hi, Rod. And hello, Miss
Hey,
Katonic Madman.
Ron and Miss Katonic Man. Yeah.
And Tiger Stripes, do you have a channel that you want to throw out there, or that's okay?
Well, if
Not
William
really.
Shakespeare wants to, Shakespeare wants to put it up, sure, why not? But I need to come up with some content.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
good
it
because
is.
it puts the pressure on me to make some content.
You
The
had
pressure.
a cool video about your Cara Dune toy, but you got rid of that.
Yes, I'm also and I put up a poop dog firework video, but I'm thinking of taking that down.
I recommend travel shows. Everyone likes talking travel and culture and food.
Well, you have the
if you
photos to back it up. The photos in the film. That's
and food pictures, definitely.
You
Yes,
organize your
and
life
food
so
pictures.
well, and that's why I'm so disappointed that not that you lost your bag, but that you lost your diary.
That's the hard part of that.
And that's I was not the glasses. I had contacts, so I wasn't too upset at that. The camera, I only had a couple of days of photos, and my
The
girlfriend.
fact that you were sick and they grabbed it while you had your head down. That's
I did. Yeah,
insult to injury.
I know. Yeah, and I've never had anything taken from me since then. But yeah, they were my parents' age. I saw them come in, and I just dismissed them. My radar, my Spidey senses weren't on because they were my parents' age. They were my parents' age, so I wasn't. But anyway, thank you so much. I'm gonna go get a bite to eat. I really appreciate your time. It's almost 2.5 hours of your time, so
oh my goodness, have you not had dinner?
Well, not second dinner.
Oh, you're ready for second dinner. That makes sense.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you both being here, and thanks everyone in the chat. I appreciate you being here. We'll catch you next Thursday. And you know what? I was just going over my photos. I might do Dominican Republic next. I've only got 50, but it's worth a half an hour or an hour show.
No, that sounds like a good number. And sometimes you go through those a little too fast, just a little. Because I was really looking for those condors. When you said there was a condor, I'm like, okay. I blew it up, and I'm like, I'm going to find that condor.
I wanted to find it too. I was just like, oh, this is like
condor.
This is like a grown-up Waldo.
Well,
it's
Waldo.
there.
Yeah, exactly, but for grown-ups.
Where's Condo?
Oh dear. Yeah, I know. I'm making you hungry from all the All
I
the
was
food
I was
pictures.
wondering what you're gonna do when you
And
go through all the countries you've ever been to. If you're gonna interview other people who have travel photos or what.
I did that. I had Rancor Steve on, and we did Russia because he's been to Russia, and I never had been. And I'm very interested in doing that. Absolutely, I'd definitely be up for that. 100%. Yeah, just because I haven't been there personally doesn't mean if someone has photos and they want to come in and talk about it, that's the whole point of this channel. Absolutely. And Rod, we could probably stream tomorrow, buddy. I'm pretty tired right now, but let's talk maybe tomorrow because I enjoy streaming with Rod. All right. Have a good night, everyone. We're gonna say good night. Thanks for being here.